In our office, we use percussion massagers to help loosen up muscles and improve the biochemistry of the muscle tissues and the metabolism of the tissues. They're really, really fantastic. Some of them are really expensive and some of them are less expensive. Dr. Aaron brought this with him to the office. This is a Hypervolt. It was $350 new. It is a 60-watt brushless motor massage gun. It's 24 volts, it's rechargeable, and the charge lasts for somewhere between 2 and 3 hours of essentially constant use. This is a really nice product. It comes with a bunch of attachments. I think it came with 5. They're all really nice quality. This thing is a workhorse. It is almost impossible to bottom it out. So no matter how hard you push, it's going to continue to vibrate and percuss the tissue. It weighs about 250 pounds, weighs about 2.5 pounds, and it gets up to speeds of 3,200 RPMs. The motor moves pretty darn quickly. Again, he paid $350. There are versions of this that are a little bit cheaper. There are versions with the same company that are a little bit more expensive. This has 3 speeds. There's one that is 5 speeds, and that's the one that's a bit pricier. But it is a phenomenal product. And for a long time, we were both using this same machine all day long, every single day, and it was kicking serious butt. So that's the Hypervolt. So I got this idea that I didn't want to spend $250 on one of these, but I wanted to try to find the cheapest one that was closest in power and battery life and efficacy to the Hypervolt. So I did a bunch of research, looked around, and I found this thing called a Flyby. Now, when I ordered this a few weeks ago, it was $50 on Amazon. Now the price has gone up to $75. But here's the thing. This is a bit newer than that Hypervolt that he has. He bought that a couple years ago. This thing, it looks very, very similar. It has 5 attachments as well. They are not as nice as the Hypervolt by any stretch of the imagination, but they do work pretty well. There's a few of them that I wouldn't use. So this is a flat head that I use most often. It comes with a couple different size foam balls that you can use, and these are quite okay. But then it has a couple, like this one looks extremely painful, as does this one. So I don't think I will ever use either of these. They're hard plastic, and I'm going to say that they're pretty junky. But the other ones are good. The other attachments that came with the Flyby are great. So I bought it for $50. It arrives. You have to plug it in for 6 hours to charge it. And the charge on this thing should last about 4 hours. It also has a range of about 1,800 to 3,200 RPMs. It is very powerful. You can dig into somebody really hard with this, and it does not bottom out or stop working. It just keeps going and going and going. This thing is really, really quiet. It gets to about 40 decibels, they say on the website, which is really, really a soft sound. I mean, you can barely hear it. Okay, it's a little bit more gentle in the softest mode than the Hypervolt is, but it's more than adequate. And this one weighs about 1.5 pounds. So it has many of the same specs as the Hypervolt, but it's a little bit lighter and maybe a little bit junkier. Here's the thing. I got my first one. It didn't work at all. I had to send it back. So I went back to Amazon and I looked at the reviews, and I saw that there were a handful of negative reviews. This thing has close to 16,000 reviews on Amazon. Most of them are very, very good. The ones that are bad are ones that say that they got it and it didn't work, just like I experienced. But here's the thing. I sent it back. Before I even got the thing in the mail to send it back, they had already sent me a new one. And then they gave me the credit for the old one as soon as it arrived on their step. And I got this within a few days. And this one I plugged in, I charged it up, and it has worked great. The last charge I gave it was last Thursday, Wednesday into Thursday. Today, we're at Tuesday, the week after, and the thing still has 3 of its 5 little dots of power back here. And I've been using it every day. I've been using it every day that we're open. So the past 2 days, plus Thursday, and I didn't plug it in over the weekend. And it held its charge really, really nicely. The price has gone up to $75. So here's my conclusion. It's gotten a little bit more expensive. At $75, this thing is a steal. The quality is average, I would say, to high in certain areas. Again, the attachments aren't nearly as nice as they are for the Hypervolt. I can't say that either one feels more sturdy than the other. They both feel pretty good. This one is maybe a little bit fancier, but the power output is very similar. This one has a bit more thump to it. It feels a bit more powerful, but not by much. And so it really, it depends on how much money you want to spend. This one is used by a lot of sports teams and is famous for its celebrity users, which has made it very, very popular. And like I said, we've been using it for months now, almost basically a year. And both of us using the same one, and this thing has held up like a champ. I have absolutely no idea how long this thing will last. I hope it lasts a long time. It's set up almost identically with all the buttons and everything. And again, it's a fraction of the cost. It was $50 a couple weeks ago. It's $75 now. I think that's at 30% off. I think the regular price is $110. So if you don't want to spend a lot of money and you want a decent product, this is the way to go. If you want a great product that's a bit more expensive, that I think you can count on in a major way, this Hypervolt is the way to go. This particular one is the Hypervolt Hyperice. That's Dr. Lou and Dr. Aaron at Jacobs Chiropractic Acupuncture Center in Portland, Maine, with a review on a really high quality, more expensive massage gun and a very inexpensive, pretty awesome quality massage gun. If you have any questions, post them below and we'll write back to you as soon as possible. Adios.